Welcome to this Sharing Movies review of Homestead. It's both in theaters but online, and I'll explain all of the details and tell you if it's worthy right after this. This review is brought to you in part by islandpopper.com, makers of gourmet popcorn, also bkings.com, makers of honey dust and a sugar substitute, also Snow Creek Meadows, makers of goat milk soap and lotion. And we want to remind you that you can have a 10% savings with your online orders by simply using the passcode 2pastors. That's the number 2 with pastors for a 10% discount. Also, a shout out to kidsmatter.com. They're a great resource for ministry leaders of children and youth. That's kidsmatter.com, kids with a Z, matter.com. Sign up now for their next conference. Last year they had 3,000 people in attendance, lots of breakout sessions that I mentioned, over 200 breakout sessions. It's incredible. Sign up now for the next conference at kidswithazmatter.com. Now let's talk about this movie. Homestead is well done. It's a drama, and it's not your old typical Christian movie of say 10 or 20 years ago, because there's some violence to it, but you would expect that in this kind of situation. I mean, it starts off with a boat and some people that are going to blow up LA with a nuclear blast, and then it's about what happens after that. So be aware there's some violence. One person does get shot and killed, another person gets shot but they survive, and there is someone that gets hit in the face, but it's nothing compared to what you might see in a post-apocalyptic movie. You know, this is like watching the Left Behind series, and you're one of those that's left behind. What happens after that? So it could have been a lot worse, but they didn't shy away from putting a little bit of the violence that you would probably expect in those kinds of situations. But it does not stand on sex, drugs, none of those things that would be shocking to you, or that you would say, why is this a part of this movie? So it's not done frivolously, it's not done to glamorize any of those things, but it does lend to be realistic. And this is the first 2 episodes, 1 and 2, of the series Homestead, which you can find online at the Angel Studios app. It's part of the series. There's many episodes to this, and it's part of the series brought to us by the actual book Black Autumn. So it's based on those books in that series, Black Autumn. Now when you see it in theater, remember you're watching the first 2 episodes of Homestead, the series. And again, you can go online to discover more about that series at Angel Studio. Note that this is directed by Ben Smallbone. You might know his brother Luke and Joel Smallbone from the band that's kind of popular for King and Country. And he has done some other editing. He was an associate producer for Unsung Hero. He's also directed a few episodes of the medical drama with faith in it called County Rescue. Now this can be found online through Pure Flix, but also in watching it on Tubi as well and other streaming sources. So that medical drama is called County Rescue, and it's worth checking out because it has faith in it as well. Now the whole movie starts with the offshore shot of the boat coming towards the town of LA. We see what happens after that, and people are trying to get to the safe compound where the characters Ian and Jenna live, and they're motivated by their strong faith. Now Jenna is the kind of person that just wants to love everybody, while her husband, who normally is seen in movies as the bad guy, he is just trying to take care of his family the best way he knows how. And so it does get you to think, what would I do in this kind of situation? Because not everybody's perfect, and watching the film, you don't know who to trust and who not to trust. The movie has some calm moments, but it also has some intense drama, and there's even a little bit of love in the first 2 episodes. So watching this film, you're going to question, just like the characters, what would I do in this kind of situation, in this post-apocalyptic world? This is a dramatic thing, but we watch the characters to see how they are handling the situation as it unfolds, and know that these are just, again, the first 2 episodes. It reminded me of a situation that happened to me, and after you watch the movie it's going to make more sense to you, but We lived in Japan, and after a typhoon came through, it wiped out a lot of the city. There's no power and things like that. But the Knight family could make rice, and so we had power to make rice. We did that, and we passed it out to our neighbors. And then when we finally moved away from Japan, our neighbor, Japanese person, came to us and presented us with her actual traditional family outfit. Each family has these, and they dance. And she presented it to us, and we asked why, and she said that she never forgot what we did for them when, nobody had hot food for a couple of days. And we just did what we thought was natural. We just had food, so we shared it. But it reflects on this movie. What do people do in those kinds of situations? You got to rely on God. And that's why I like this film, because it does bring up those questions. What would you do in those kinds of situations? Overall, this film is worthy. I can say this about the first 2 episodes. I have not seen the rest of it, but in the first 2 episodes, I would say it's worthy and worth watching and checking out. We do want to remind you to go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button down below. Also, tell us if you watched this, what you thought of the movie, or what you would do in those kinds of situations if you're one of those that's left behind. It wasn't the case of believers and non-believers. Hit the like and the subscribe button down below. Let us know what you think about this movie, and then also share us with your friends so that they can find out about what the trailers are not going to tell them. We know this isn't the case where not everybody is going to know about which movies are worth checking out, and that's hence the reason for this channel of Sharing Movies Worthy. So until next time, keep sharing the popcorn and sharing movies worthy.